a unanimous verdict, and that turned into a mistrial this afternoon. So Ken Belkin is here with me now. Welcome back again.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so what do we make of this? We've got this Tenzing case that turned into a mistrial the second time. Where do we go from here?
I mean, I think they need to try this guy again. Let's put this in context and what's happening largely in America. We've got, for the second time in 1 week, a failure to convict a police officer who escalated a routine traffic stop into what some are calling the summary execution of an unarmed black man. This is twice in 1 week.
Well, you know, if they retry him again, then what do they charge him with? Is it the jury sticking on the murder charge, the serious charge, or is it the jury just not sure whether he should even be punished at all, and maybe they're believing the officer's version of things?
I don't know, but what I do know is Sam DuBose, who was killed by Ray Tenzing, is a father of 13 people, 13 children, and there is no justice for this man's family. And I don't think just because two juries could not reach a verdict that the system should not proceed forward. Prosecutors should mount this case again until there is a verdict, whether it be an acquittal, which I don't think is appropriate here, or a conviction. This family needs justice, and I think the system needs to do its work.
What do you make of the judge's refusal to the prosecution's request to include a lesser charge in front of the jury? The judge said, well, if you wanted it, you should have charged it off the front end. So that might have made it a lot harder for the jury to reach a unanimous verdict, because if they didn't want to go for the top count, they could have examined a couple of lesser counts, and they only had one lesser count to consider in this case. Should there have been more, or do you think this just needs to keep plowing forward as a top charge murder? There's no premeditation in the charge that was filed, but it ultimately is a murder charge.
Well, legally speaking, the judge was correct. They can't add a lesser included charge at this stage of the game. It would have had to be pled and filed in the original complaint and indictment. So they were really hamstrung by what was filed in the complaint and indictment. But I do think if they're thinking strategically, they should include a lesser included charge. It might avoid a mistrial next time, and the jury, maybe they aren't able to convict on the top count, but they'll split the baby, so to speak, and acquit on a top count, but convict on a lesser